same thing you've been doing in your drill form, except there'll be some defense there. You have to set a solid pick. You can get open on that first pick. Either the picker will be open or the person you screen for will be open.
British basketball's most famous export, the Utah Jazz's John Amaechi was back in Manchester during the summer to open the brand new Amaechi Basketball Center. The Jazz's 6'10" center has completed his 4th season as an NBA star, but was still happy to be home in his native Northwest.
It's hard to be specific about what I actually miss about England, but I think the basic point is that Manchester is home, and everywhere else I am, however comfortable it is, and however well received I am, it's just not home. So I really enjoy the opportunity to come back and see familiar surroundings, see my family, see the places that I grew up being around, really.
John took me back to the street in Manchester where he grew up and learned to play basketball before leaving for America.
So what type of memories does this bring?
Mostly good ones. I distinctly remember having a netball hoop, because you couldn't get basketball hoops back then. Netball hoop right in the middle of the garden there. I used to shoot at it from everywhere, from my neighbors' gardens, from across the street, try and work on my game. I was glad when I found basketball, because finally I found a sport where I was a commodity, where being 6'9" was a great thing, really valuable, as opposed to just being freakish.
Now, 31 years of age, John is at his 3rd NBA franchise. In 1999, while at the Orlando Magic, he stunned the basketball world when he turned down the chance to join the newly crowned NBA champions, the LA Lakers.
That was the hardest decision I've probably had to make in basketball. I wanted desperately to go to the Lakers, but the problem with it was that a team in the Orlando Magic had given me an opportunity that I'd never had before. They cut $15 million worth of player in order to keep me. I didn't want to turn down the Lakers. Who would want to turn down guaranteed money, guaranteed championships? But it was the right thing to do.
What separates the Lakers from everybody else?
Well, talent is the first thing. I mean, they are an incredibly talented team. You know, my experience with Phil Jackson during my recruiting period with the Lakers, I saw him as a very, very cerebral, very smart coach who knew exactly what his players needed. A coach who knew how to mold all different characters, all different styles of basketball player into a cohesive team that can win championships.
The Amaechi Basketball Center is a state-of-the-art basketball facility in Manchester. At a cost of £4 million, a large part of which John personally funded, the center aims to provide an opportunity for children to progress in basketball.
Right now, split, go! Basketball's a movement game. You have to be a little more dynamic.
Really, we're unique because we're the only place that has our own venue. A building that's ours to use as we see fit, that has all the auxiliary things that basketball players need to grow. We've got weight room, we've got different kind of aerobic facilities around outside as well, and 3 courts. I'm trying very hard to make it so that people understand that what I stand for in this country is people playing basketball, people learning how to play basketball, people excelling in sport and as people, and I'm not really in it for myself. The club itself is here to provide a community service. We've got a wonderful staff here who are not about making money, who are not about advancing their own goals, but instead are all about helping kids to reach their own goals.
The whole time you've got your eyes on the ball and on the basket. So you've done your fake, you come up here, so you're ready at every point to make the layup, to make the play, all right?
You've really got kids who have desire and they want to spend time in the right type of ways and they want to learn from people who are willing to teach. They shouldn't have to go to the ends of the earth to do that. We're providing that venue. Why am I doing this? Because it needs to be done.
Now, a veteran player at the Jazz, what does the future hold for John Amaechi?
I can continue to play for perhaps a couple more years. The reason you've got a long-term contract is because you're reliable, because you can play, because at the end of games they can put you in and you won't make stupid mistakes. And that's what a team gets in me. someone who can score, someone who won't make stupid mistakes, someone who can be a settling influence on an entire team. And it makes me valuable beyond simply how high I jump.
Next week, our special interview features one of the richest and most talented players in the league, Steve Francis. The All-Star from the Houston Rockets, who carries the nickname Franchise, tells us how he is ready to take the Rockets to the next level.